right, let's get down to business.
Yeah.
Business time.
Got the cat chat out of the way, got the personal life updates out
Personal
of the
life
way.
updates, yeah. All good. Now we're squared away for business time.
Yeah, business of talking about a show that is completely optional that we don't have to watch because this podcast is also optional and we don't have to do it every week.
I know, but we do because we're all business.
We do because, at one point in time, the commitment looked good on resumes, although I don't really know how good it looks on resumes because a lot of people just don't get the fascination with horror.
Yeah, I think they don't even really notice on
Yeah.
resumes that like we have a podcast and
That for 7 years we've
yeah.
consistently uploaded, edited, and sometimes marketed
Yeah.
a podcast.
Yeah, dude, 7 years.
It's been about 7 years because we started this at the
Unbelievable.
end of grad school, and it's been 7 years since
That's
it's been almost 7
unbelievable.
years since we finished grad. It has been. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Wow.
I know, we're so old.
Oh my God. Yeah, we are. Shit.
Um,
Well,
no,
speaking of
but
old stuff,
um, well, I don't think I've
was-
just mentioned on the podcast. I have a new
yeah.
job, so this tangent is related to that new job.
Yes.
Um, I think the podcast actually did kind of help me win this new job for once,
Oh, nice.
along with the fact that it's a theater related job and
Oh,
I
sick.
have a robust background in playwriting and screenwriting.
Oh, yes,
Um,
you do.
but because she saw that I host a horror movie podcast, she's also into horror movies, my new boss.
Whoa,
And one
cool.
of my interview questions was, what do you think of Rob Zombie?
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I had to be very diplomatic in my answer because we know how I feel about the
I
Rob Zombie
know.
Halloweens.
Yes.
But
It's
I
like
think,
you're talking to me almost because you have to be diplomatic with me because we have opposite opinions on
yeah,
that, which is
my
interesting.
my answer is I think he's good at what he does.
Mm,
He's not my go-to.
yeah.
But when he's good, I do think he's very good.
Excellent answer.
Yeah.
That's
But when
excellent.
he's bad, he's very bad.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like,
I would agree with that point.
I still haven't seen his take on the monsters, but
I kind of don't want to watch.
I've heard no positive things about it.
Yeah, me too. Ugh, yeah.
I think Rob Zombie is also a good example of a wife guy that
Yeah.
maybe should relax on being a wife guy.
Yes.
All the love to Sherry Moon, but
But
maybe she shouldn't be the lead actor in every single
in
horror
every
movie.
single one. Luckily, it was she wasn't the lead in Halloween,
Yeah,
but
she was just
eh,
well, I kind of liked her arc in Halloween, but my
it
opinions are still we
was.
don't need that much of a backstory on Michael Myers.
Yeah, I know that's interesting that we got a whole ass movie of one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because his Halloween really was like half of the backstory,
Yeah,
and
like
then
the first, it's like he's a kid,
yeah,
and we see him as a kid, and then we see him still like young, like a man,
yeah,
but like still not Michael until like towards the end of the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you get to the actual remake part, it's so fast, it's so
Uh-huh.
rushed.
Yeah.
But
But anyway.
anyway, other wife guy, Mike Flanagan, we're
Yeah,
on
speaking of
episode 3 of
wife
Hill
guys,
House,
yeah. This
which
was his
is
wife's episode, in
yeah, this
fact.
this is his wife's episode,
Hmm.
and he just gives his wife great things to work with as an actress. I think. I
Yeah.
mean, he gives all of his actors good roles to work with, nice meaty roles to bite into, but
Yeah.
I really like the characters he gives his wife because they seem so confident in their marriage
Yeah.
that she can play a convincing lesbian and he's there
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
He's the one who
absolutely. He's
cast
like,
her.
in fact, I would like you to play a lesbian.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, okay, I'm an actress. I will do that for you because it's work, it's my job. And
Yeah.
he's like, excellent, Kate.
But I like Theo a lot. She's probably my second favorite character in the show.
Ooh, who's your first
Um,
favorite?
Probably Victoria because she's so tragic
Oh,
and
yeah, you
having
mean Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Nelly. But yes, Victoria
Nelly.
Pedretti. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
she's
she
yeah,
plays.
something else.
Yeah. And
Excellent.
she's so beautiful,
Oh,
and
she is, I know.
having had finished the series and now I'm just watching it for all the nuance.
Yeah,
Um, her arc is just so tragic.
it
Um,
is.
and I love it, but I think Theo also has a really good arc because her psychic ability, they're all implied to have psychic abilities, but
Yeah.
Theo's seems to affect her more, to the
Yes.
point that she's using it in her career as a child psychologist.
Yeah.
And it's revealed by the end of her episode that she was kind of a fuck up for a long time. And then when her brother made it big with his tell all book, she did take his money,
Yeah.
despite Shirley throwing a hissy fit.
Yeah.
Theo took the money and went and got her PhD.
Yeah. $15,000. I
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah. In this economy, it's going
In
to
this
cost like
economy. But
40,000 to get
I
a
know.
PhD.
Every little bit helps,
All right, you
though.
are getting a PhD, so you know.
I know about the monies. I'm trying to think.
$15,000, yeah,
15,000.
maybe a semester.
Yeah, I would say that's about maybe 1 or 2 semesters.
Yeah.
Maybe honestly, mine is online, so actually maybe a whole year of schooling that would
Mhm.
probably cover.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. 2 semesters.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 semesters. Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, every little bit helps. So she went and got her PhD in some badass thing, child
Mhm.
psychology.
Yeah, so she uses her gift, which is if she touches someone
She just
skin to skin,
sees.
she can
Yes.
absorb their trauma, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's
She
yeah.
can feel their trauma,
How cool.
which
Cool trick.
is a lot for a person to take on, which we'll find out by the end of the episode.
Yes.
But she's working with this one little girl in particular that she can't break through to, both as a traditional therapist and as a psychic. She can't break through and figure out what is bothering this little girl who is in the foster system.
Yeah.
And in the flashbacks, we see Theo learning about this power, and she's played by the amazing McKenna Grace.
Kind of Grace. I don't. Do you know this little girl?
Yes, she is fuck, I forgot his name. Ghostbusters Afterlife. She
Oh.
is his granddaughter.
Oh.
Not Bill Murray, but the Harold Ramis, his granddaughter in the movie.
Oh, cool.
She also plays, well, not anymore because she's older now, but when she was this age, she would play a lot of flashback characters. So she was in Mad Men of as Anna Sherpka's younger self,
Oh.
because they look fucking identical. She was the young Tanya Harding in I, Tonya.
Okay.
So she is a very
Wow.
talented young lady making her own name now that she's in her own little Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah.
And she's here.
Yeah, she's here.
But yes, she is very talented.
Yes, very. Very, very, very.
And she begins realizing she has these powers. When she touches the house, she feels like the ghosts and tragedy that has happened in this house. And
Yeah.
then she and her little brother get yelled at for playing with the dumb waiter because the dumb waiter is very dangerous.
Yeah.
And we
Sure
find out
is.
that it's dangerous when it won't come back up and the little boy is
Oh,
trapped in the basement with a ghost. And this was a very good jump scare.
yeah, yeah, wasn't that wild?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was a good jump scare. And not a lot of trivia on this episode, but if you're looking for the hidden ghosts in the episode, going to the individual episodes on IMDb,
Yeah.
they list them all per episode, and there's quite a few in this episode.
Oh, really?
How many times can I say episode?
In this episode, Sam, like the ghosts in this episode, can you tell me where the hidden ones are? This episode only, though. Okay. Don't think about the other episodes.
There's oh god, I wasn't ready. I don't have it pulled up.
Shit.
There's one by the stairs. There's one in a window.
The window.
They're usually always staring directly into the camera.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll have to like rewatch it after this again.
Yeah,
but
and that's something I
cool.
really appreciate about how Mike Flanagan did this series, and I feel it's very Stanley Kubrick a la The Shining of him,
Yeah, it
is
is.
having all these hidden ghosts throughout the house that you
Yeah,
don't
that's
see
scary.
unless
You're looking for
you're
it.
looking for them.
Mm.
It
Dude,
adds to like this
yeah.
unsettling nature of the show.
I have to say something about this episode that you might be saying, but like this episode is sad because like when he does go down in the dumbwaiter and sees that like fucking like zombie skeleton ghost, like that that trauma, like
Mhm.
he's an addict when he's grown up, you know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah.
it was such a terrible trauma, maybe worse than anybody else's in that family, that like he had to like turn to drugs to like forget, you know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah,
Oh
definitely. I
God,
feel like
I felt so bad. I was like, fuck, that did it.
at this
He's gotta do
point,
heroin now. Yeah.
like knowing the whole series now, I'm still going to treat it episode by episode, but knowing
Yeah.
the last episode, it makes sense why the house wanted the two that it did want,
Yeah.
because Nellie and Luke have
Mhm.
the most traumatic experiences with the ghost.
Yeah.
I guess the dad does too, but
And they're
yeah,
twins.
but the
So
dad's dealing with his own shit right now.
yeah, freak. You.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
And back in the present, because she's not making a breakthrough face to face with the little girl,
yeah.
Theo decides to go to the foster house
Oh,
to
this was
um
wild for
it
me.
was um to figure out what's going on, and she asks, "Hey, where does she usually play?" And he says, "In the basement." And so she goes to the playroom in the basement and starts, feeling the room, trying to find what's going on, trying to psychically tell what's going on, and finally she is drawn to the couch and she lays on the couch, and that's when she realizes that
That's
the foster father is
yeah.
raping the little girl, and there's been this ghost this whole time that the little girl's kind of using to block her from figuring out what's going on, and it's
Yeah.
haunting Theo even, and she's never
Yeah.
had that happen before. And finally she realizes the face of the monster she's seeing is the pattern of the wood that the little girl looks at.
On the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
It's fucked
easier
up.
to
Mr.
envision a
Slime.
monster hurting her than the person who's supposed to be protecting her. So this
Yeah.
episode is very heavy.
It is heavy. It's great. And like earlier in the episode, like that's when she finds out that her sister's dead and they bring the I think that literal scene is like they bring the body home because she lives with Shirley.
Yeah,
And then she's like, I gotta go. And she goes in her car. And I think she drives straight to their house.
she does.
Yeah, because she's in that same outfit. And then she just like does that. I'm like,
Yeah,
dang girl, like
she does call the
Jesus.
police to
Yeah, good.
report what she's figured out.
They fucking take him away because he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
But
And then she goes home and asks Shirley to leave her alone with Nellie for a
body.
minute.
Yeah.
And she does something that she probably shouldn't do, but she reaches out and
Mhm.
touches Nell to figure out what happened.
Yeah,
And
like
whatever
what
she sees is extremely traumatizing and
yeah.
sends her into a panic attack. She calls the girl that she's been sleeping with, and
That's
the
so
girl's like,
weird.
why do you want to just like jump into bed? Don't you want to talk about your day? And she's like, let me fucking tell you about my day.
Yeah, and she's like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr. Anyway, do you want to like have sex now?" And she's like, "Okay." Like,
She's like,
we don't have to talk
okay,
about it
we
anymore.
don't have to
Okay.
talk right now.
Yeah, never mind. It's like,
Just
sorry I
kidding.
asked. Yeah, JK, I don't want to know. Oh man.
But yeah, this was a very good episode. Theo's definitely the most psychically gifted right
Yeah,
now.
I would say so, yeah.
But even throughout the show, I think she is, because she makes direct contact with not only ghosts, but just
People,
people. And
yeah,
she sees what
and
they've gone
things,
through. And
even items, like
yeah.
the objects, it's cool. Their essence or their aura, I guess,
hmm And
have the
she has to
vibes. Yeah.
wear gloves.
That's
So
very cool. I want to wear
th-
gloves now just to be
yeah,
cool and mysterious.
to protect her, and
Yeah.
they were given to her by their mom, and
Hmm.
So there's sentimental value in it
Well,
too, because her mom
yeah.
believes what she sees.
Well, the mom had like a little thing go on with her in this episode too, where she was like, "Ah, do you feel this like cold spot here? There's another cold spot upstairs." And Theo's like, "This whole house is cold. I'm cold all the time." So like she knows it's like a inhabit like a crawling with ghosts, and dead things. But the mom is a little strange, but it's because she knows, but she's real sensitive to, the spirits
Yeah.
that are there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a house that's polluted with ghosts,
It
and it
is.
can't get out.
It is a house polluted with ghosts.
Polluted with ghosts, like, yeah.
They're everywhere.
They're like, you need an exterminator, like for bugs, but like for ghosts. But who would do that? Ghostbusters, I guess.
Probably.
Like you mentioned before, yeah, but we don't have that in this show, so there's nothing to do about it.
Yeah. Yep. No Ghostbusters in this universe. So you're just
No. Nah. Nar.
now.
But that is the episode for the most part. So it was really a great episode. Her performance is excellent as well because it's extremely emotional. All kinds of emotions, not just sad or upset because the sister is dead, but anything in between. That's really cool to watch her.
It is.
Yeah. Well, in that case, what's the status on our next movie, which is Magazine? Magazine.
I don't think it's coming out to streaming yet.
Okay.
Let me see if there's a date set for it.
You can always do a palate cleanser like we talk about sometimes.
Well, we'll be able to buy a digital copy starting right now, apparently.
I did see that, and I was actually gonna message you about it and say, hey, like, is it streaming? I was like, oh shit, I probably gotta buy it.
Yeah, it just says buy. I don't know if it's available
it's $20. I'm gonna wait till it's like $2.99
yeah.
instead. You know what I mean?
Let's give it like a
Yeah,
month to become
a month. Just be chill.
To be chilled, to be out of theaters, because right now it is competing with theaters. Yeah, it's Rent for $20. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I know, Rent. Yeah, come on now. So I'm not gonna do.
So
what am I, an ATM? I'm not doing that. Anyway, wait.
I already paid money to see it in theaters.
Yes, you did. So we will hold on that, and we will watch something else instead. In the meantime,
yeah, I'm just scrolling through Shudder to see. Let's just do Late Night with the Devil. That's a big name that we should watch right now.
Yes, I would love to watch that because I'm a huge fan of that guy.
Yeah,
he's in it,
and it's one of the best horror movies of the year, they're saying.
Yeah.
So we should watch it, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff I should watch on Shudder right now. There's so many horror movies in so little time with my life.
Dude, I know, and it doesn't help that we do have Shudder that we share, and like I don't go on it because like I'm like overwhelmed because like there's Shudder with Shudder Originals and then like other movies, and then I know there's Netflix. There's Netflix.
I also get overwhelmed.
We have this conversation a lot.
Yeah,
and I feel
but
I love to talk about it
because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
When we finish Haunting of Hill House,
yeah,
should we watch House on Haunted Hill?
Oh, House on Haunted Hill.
Is that's an adaptation, right? Or am I stupid?
You know what? I don't know. Also, there's a couple. So there's like an old one, the 1999 one, House on Hill. I don't know if this is.
I don't think this one's an adaptation of.
No, I think you're thinking of it, The Haunting.
The Haunting.
I think, yeah, with Liam Neeson. I think that's what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there's one with Ali Larter in it from.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to look up to see all the adaptations of Hill House.
There's a million Return to House.
Okay, so yeah, The Haunting is the remake. The one with
I
Ali Larter that I'm thinking of is the remake, and then there's one from the
oh
60s, which is probably Owen Wilson is in this one?
dude, where's Ali Larter in this?
Maybe she's not in it. Maybe I'm thinking of yet another one.
Dude, maybe. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. We'll do some research and figure out what the hell's going on here. But anyway, The Haunting may or may not be about it, but it
I
looks like
know
their
I
names are
know
the same. It's a
I
Theo,
know
Luke, and
Haunting of Hill
Nell.
House is not the first.
Yeah, no, The Haunting maybe because look, it says they go to the scary mansion, and there's so I have to remind myself that this TV show we're watching is not a one-for-one remake of the novel, but it does use character names and stuff. But
Yes.
this, I think this is a little bit more legit because it says
Oh yeah,
Dr. Marrow,
the Haunting
Theo,
is
Luke, Nell. Do you see that?
Luke,
It's a Hill
Eleanor,
House.
Theodora. Yeah, we're right. We're good. We're good.
So I think we're correct. So we've got Liam Neeson, Owen Wilson, which is random, and then Catherine Zeta-Jones.
This cast is so
Weird.
random. It's
These
much like the
fucking
Borderlands movie, which
I
is in theaters
know.
this weekend.
Oh, I know. I took the day off at work, bro, to like go. I got other stuff going on that day though, but I had to go. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Luke's car's in the shop. Going out to see friends later. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the day off, and I'm literally gonna go see that movie at 2:15 in the afternoon.
Do
So
it.
nobody else is around. You know what I mean?
Do
Nobody's
it.
gonna be there anyway. I'm the only Borderlands fan like this county.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam knows what I mean.
Have you
But
seen Twisters
yeah.
yet? Did you get around to seeing
I
Twisters?
saw Twisters, dude. Did I not tell you?
No, you didn't. I've been eagerly awaiting.
I saw it, dude. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it, but anyway, everybody, you should see Twisters. Me and Sam love the original Twister movie. Of course, like nothing can top it, but you know, this was a really great soul successor.
It was.
I really, really enjoyed how in the beginning, like she was like a young storm chaser and they were like dicking around, and then like her friends fucking died, and then she got like serious, and I was like, damn, good, because you have to be fucking serious. So I was like, it was tragic, but I'm like, dude, you can't fuck around.
I do think there's sequel potential to bring in like the rest of like some of the original cast, maybe Helen Hunt, because they had Dorothy. I want to know how they got Dorothy.
Dude, they had Dorothy. Also, we had like literally no backstory on the guy.
We
Like
didn't.
at all. Like we know that he had like credentials and stuff, you know, to like storm chase, but like we only talked about the girl.
Yeah, we don't know his backstory. We know his last name is we know his last name is Owens. What if he studied under Helen Hunt?
Dude, he probably did, because at the end of Twister, they opened the lab.
What if ultimate plot twist? He's the son of Dusty.
Oh my God, I was gonna say child, someone's child.
Because I don't think we know Dusty's last name, so it could be
I don't think so, man. I don't think we know anybody's last name except for like you know, Bill and
yeah. We know their last names. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know they have canonical last names.
They do have last names, but
which
anyway,
is how I verified that no one was like the kid of someone else.
Right. So we do have like kind of like a degree of separation that was occurring in that movie. Well, that was excellent. But
I'm glad they did. I love the little homages, like when Anthony Ramos is like, "Aren't you glad you're back?" And she says, "I'm not back."
Yeah, and I was like, they said that because they said it in the first movie.
And then the outfit she wears on the second day is like a direct nod to Helen Hunt.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All her cool. Yeah, everything.
And their chemistry was off the charts.
It really was. And I love that she had like 2 boyfriends in the movie, which was funny. A guy like randomly liked her too, and I was like, okay, dude, it's been like 5 years, but okay. No, yeah, so excellent movie. Really, really great. Like a tornado, extreme weather.
And I think it's a way to do a reboot, right? Like, the director, I have the page pulled up right now. I can say his name, hopefully. Lee Isaac Chung.
Yeah.
He grew up in Oklahoma, so he grew up around tornadoes. He grew up loving the original movie. He fought to film it in Oklahoma instead of in Georgia, where every movie is filmed, because he wanted like the true Oklahoman landscape.
Hell yeah.
And so you could just feel his love of the franchise.
Oh,
in the movie,
absolutely.
and it was just I watch a lot of tornado movies, because there's more than just Twister out there, but they don't scratch the itch that Twister does because
No.
1, Twister is fun, 2, Twister
Yeah.
has a great love story, the leads have
Yeah.
great chemistry, and
The tornadoes
3
look cool still too.
yeah,
It just looks good. It
yeah,
aged great.
yeah, and 3, it's
Mhm.
about, like, why storm chasers do what they do, which is to
Yeah.
save lives, to
Yeah.
understand tornadoes because there's still a lot that we don't know. I feel like recently there was an unwarned tornado that hit a town,
Yeah.
and I thought
Yeah.
this movie did a really good job of, like, showing what modern day storm chasing has become because of, Reed Trimmer. He's the guy that Tyler Owens was very heavily based on. He's a very popular
I know Reed Trimmer.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also just a famous storm chaser in general, but he mostly does YouTube
Yeah.
now independently. And he said that the movies inspired him to kind of refocus his team on how do we disrupt a tornado? Because if you can disrupt a tornado, that's going to save so many lives.
Yeah.
And it also brought attention to something that I didn't know about, which is
Mhm.
tornadoes destroy these towns, and then real estate developers come and buy the land and
Dude,
leave people
yeah.
homeless.
I had no idea about that wild shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was so good.
It
I
was.
was so hyped. The soundtrack was very different from the first one because it's mostly
Yeah.
country, but
It's
like still
country. I was
still
like,
like they picked great songs to get you hyped.
yeah, they did though. It was cool. I do have a question though, because I had a little pet peeve and I wonder if you picked up on it too, and you may have and probably feel the same way. But as I was watching it, they kept like randomly like, saying their line and then they'd be like, anyway, blah 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 blah. That means blah blah blah. And then they did like a little like lesson. And I was
Yeah.
like, I fucking know what that means already. What am I, an idiot?
Well, not everybody knows what it means. Some people are
I
just going to
I
see the
know
tornadoes.
Sam. I know Sam. That's true too. And I
No,
agree with that. But still, I was like,
that no, that is absolutely something I noticed. I was like, there's a lot more like technical talk in this movie
a lot more
compared to the first
educational
one.
material. Yeah. I feel like I'm in a
But like
class.
but like they're being nerds about
Yeah.
tornadoes and falling in love while they're talking about the suck zone.
Just the one-on-one. Yeah, like they're talking like tornado class 101 here. And I'm like, oh yes, I know. Yeah. But
And
anyway,
it's like just fucking kiss already. And then they don't
yeah,
kiss.
they
And
don't kid.
I get blue balled.
Dude, do you think his truck is cool? I think that's a really cool truck, bro, because it like
Yeah.
screws into the ground.
Yeah.
It's
And no,
freaking
even his
brilliant.
truck was a nod to the original because it's a
Amazing.
red
It's
truck.
red. I know.
There's just it's a good
Yeah.
spiritual successor, and I know a lot of people were mad that they were quote unquote remaking Twister, and I'm like, it's not a
It's not
remake. It's
remake.
it's literally Twisters.
Yeah, Twisters. They're never gonna be able to remake the original. I don't think anybody will touch it.
No.
They
I
won't
think
touch
I
it.
think this was a good way to handle it.
Yes, it
And
was.
I did tell you Bill Paxton's son was the douchebag at the hotel.
Yes, yes, he was, because I know I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, okay, Sam told me that Bill Paxton's son is in this. And then that scene happened. I was like, this scene is pointless. That must be Bill Paxton's
Yeah.
son doing a cameo.
Yeah.
Looks nothing like him, but maybe if I look at a picture, will it look like him? I don't know.
I don't think his son looks that much like him. Oh, and I learned something that
Yeah.
really touched my heart that I didn't know because I've never watched Spy Kids 3 other than like a few clips on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, he
But
looks nothing like him, but yeah,
yeah,
go on.
Glenn Powell was in Spy Kids 3, and so is Bill Paxton. So Glenn Powell and Bill Paxton did know each other in real life.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's really sweet.
Glenn Powell is like Disney? Is that a
He
Disney kid?
he did Spy Kids. That's not Disney. I don't think he did any Disney. The real thing that kind of launched his star was he was in Fox's Scream Queens.
Oh, he
So he's
was.
he's a horror guy,
I
or
watched
originally a
Scream
horror
Queens.
guy.
Who the fuck was he? I watched Scream Queens like I think like one season. So he's
Yeah.
a horror guy. Huh.
Yeah. I don't think
That's
he's
a
done a lot of horror since Scream Queens, but in a lot of interviews when they ask him what role he'd want to go back to, it's always that role. So, let's cast Glenn Powell in a horror movie.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure
and
we
yeah,
should.
and in the same interview, Daisy Edgar Jones was asked,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
what role she would go back to, and she said she'd wanna do a sequel to the movie Fresh, which is about the cannibal, and she's the cannibal's victim. And he was like,
Really?
"Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that would be so good." So he's a horror guy because he knew
Huh.
immediately what she was talking about.
Dude, that's cool. I'm trying to look at pictures of him in Scream Queens real quick. Pew pew pew. Yes, he was a man in it, and I don't need to see John Stamos right now.
But yeah, no, he does a lot of broy action movies, and people want him in more rom-coms, but I'm like, no, he's clearly a horror guy. Let's
Dude,
put him
just
in more
put
horror.
him in horror. Dude, put him in horror and make him the bad guy.
Ooh,
Obviously, he's so attractive. Like, just
yes,
do it. We don't need like a freak guy. Just need like an attractive dude. And
yeah.
then, anyway, you said that the girl was in
She was in Fresh, which
Heaven.
is on Hulu.
Fresh. I keep hearing about Fresh.
I really liked Fresh. It was fun.
2022. Yes, there she is. And she is the victim of, oh my God, don't tell me Sebastian Stan is a cannibal
He
of
is.
Die. Oh my God. Sam, can we watch this instead?
No, we need to watch
No,
Late Night with the
I want
Devil.
to watch Something with the Devil. You're right.
We'll
I'll watch
watch
this on my
we'll
own
Fresh.
time.
We'll watch Fresh another day.
We'll watch Fresh next time. Okay, fabulous. Don't let me forget that this exists because
I won't.
I fucking love Sebastian Stan's Smoking Hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool.
uh,
Well,
I
that's
guess that's all we have. Watch
enough
Late
of
Night
that.
with the Devil.
We'll just go on and on, you guys. So anyway,
Yeah.
Late Night with the Devil. We're gonna watch that next. After that, we're gonna watch episode 4 of Hill House. So I think that was episode 3 we just watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Episode
sweet.
4.
Right on. Wonderful. So anyway, guys, happy summer. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And there's a creepy dog that always follows